Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Pep Talks. I'm Eddie Pepitone, and this is Steve Lolly. And there's a little delay with Facebook Live. By the way, if you're not watching this on Facebook Live and you're listening to it the next day, I want to greet you as well. And how are you, Steve? And we missed last week.
I know we didn't have a podcast. You were living an exciting life. You were traveling.
I was in Atlanta, Georgia. I was doing Dana Gould's show on IFC called Stand Against Evil, a very funny show with John McGinley and Janet Varney, amongst others, directed by Rob Cohen, who's great. And yes, it was intense. Just a spoiler alert, I'm in a gorilla suit. And I was in a gorilla suit, outdoor shoot, right? Now I had that they only filmed me with the mask off.
In the middle of the fucking summer.
It was the humidity in Atlanta. What the fuck do you people do in Atlanta with that kind of humidity?
They don't walk around in a gorilla suit. They don't fucking do.
But they had a stunt double for me. Dana took care of me, of course, and Rob. And the stunt guy, he was their stunt guy, and he did all like the fight scenes. David Koechner was, he's so funny. What a great comedian. Koechner and me did a fight, but I didn't have to do the fight.
That's
They had a stunt double. But still, even though I didn't do the fight scene, because they had a stunt double, because they knew that I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? Because I'm not that kind of actor. You know what I mean? I'm not.
Tell everybody about the robe incident with the judge. Forget fight scenes. You have trouble getting out of the trailer with the robe on.
Oh, I had an accident on a set. Bobcat Goldthwait was directing this very funny show. It's called Those Who Can't. Three great comedians, or four, I forget, from Denver. Adam, Clayton, Holland, and these other dudes who were very, very funny. And I played a judge, and I'm coming out of my trailer, and I have the judge robe on. And this isn't to brag, by the way. I know a lot of you there are just watching this shit, and you're hearing me talk about, first I'm in a gorilla suit in Atlanta, for an IFC show. Then I'm doing Those Who Can't in a judge's robe, and you're thinking, why can't I have that kind of lifestyle? Because you didn't earn it. You didn't earn it. You're all laying carpet or whatever the fuck you do. You're all in.
You don't have to yell. Just tell them what happened with the robe. They'll be thankful they're laying brick and selling insurance and shit.
Oh, so anyway, I'm sorry I yelled at you folks. You're probably all on NyQuil, like NyQuil during the day, and you have some kind of ephedrine. I don't know what you use to get high anymore. The kids, I was told by our producer, Matt, that the kids are doing something called, what was that called? Flakka.
Yeah.
It's 10 times more powerful than meth. And you know what I said to Matt? The kids are doing this. I said, good for the kids. They're taking life by the balls. And they're doing something 10 times stronger than meth. They're not sitting idly by.
Is this a segue to your own medication life? Is that where we're going?
Well, no, I want to do the robe story first.
So tell the
but
robe.
I have recently, I think I mentioned it last podcast 2 weeks ago that I went on anti-depressants after a long time not being on them, 6 years or so. And the reason I went on them, we'll get to the robe story, is because I was having a lot of anxiety. And I was suffering, and I was like, if fucking medication, here's the thing about medication, and I know, and a lot of people are like this, you're like, Steve was before the podcast going, I think you're better off without it.
In that voice, by the way.
You kind of like that.
Yeah.
Look, I have a rabbi, we deal with things organically.
I did give you some prayers for the morning and night. That didn't fucking help, did it? You didn't even try it.
How does the prayer go again?
Forget it.
Nah.
Somewhere it's texted in your fucking phone.
I have it.
I texted the transliteration to you.
But yeah, Steve is like, I think you should deal with it perhaps through yoga and work on your core and maybe just do squat thrusts like my uncle, the Navy SEAL.
Let me give you an elixir, kid. Let me give you a tonic.
But I went on antidepressants because I was like, if and I think this is true. If certain medications can make your life better, there's no reason not to take them as long as you're not abusing them and it's a decent medication. And you also, like with antidepressants, I also have a therapist, But I'm feeling weird from them. I'm feeling weird. I'm kind of like it's like I'm more alert, but I'm more anxious. It's like a low level anxiety or high level. I can't even figure it out. You know what I mean? And so I'm still adjusting to it, and I'm hoping that I level off. But I have like a tightness, in
I think you're better
in my
off
stomach
without that stuff.
Yeah. But we'll see. The jury is out on them.
I mean, you seem okay, Eddie.
I do, right?
Yeah, you seem okay.
Okay,
but
because Matt looked at me and said, "You okay?" When Matt, our producer, is off here, over here, he writes our commercials with our sponsors, and we have some great sponsors this week. A couple of new ones.
Get ready, man. Get ready for our sponsor.
But anyway, so I'm dealing with that shit, the fucking, and then we'll get to the robe story. But I Googled anxiety in America, and an article came out in May in Time magazine, and I don't know if the New York Times carried it, but a bunch of articles about the same study. There is an epidemic of anxiety in America. Like, it has spiked. And obviously, it has to do with the wacko Cirque du Soleil presidency that we have. There's no stability. It's like, right, I guess in a way the government acts as a parent in a way, right? Like, and if the family,
if the dysfunctional parents,
they're so fucking, that it's just a shit fest. And I think, and it just hasn't started with Trump. As we talk about, me and you are in the know, and I hate to say that, it sounds so egotistical, but we are. That there's been the working class, working people, the middle class. They have been sold out for many years. Trump is just, right? Trump is just a culmination of this shit.
By the way, something funny happened regarding Matt.
Okay.
Last night, I've talked in text with our producer, Matt, and he said, we have a guest. We have a guest coming. I go, Eddie didn't say anything to me. He goes, oh, well, he told me. Who is it? Who's the guest? He goes, Chris Hedges. So I'm going, holy fucking shit.
I would love to get
He's
Chris
not
Hedges.
only is he on, Eddie didn't tell me because he wants to fucking.
I would love to get Chris Hedges.
I know.
I should try to contact him. I hear he's tough to get. But Chris Hedges, who's my guru, and I spent one podcast.
We'd kind of be perfect for him to come on here. I mean,
yeah.
He's not gonna get some CNN treatment on our fucking show. He's with fans.
Yeah, he's my fucking guru. I would be a little too fawning. I'd be like, Chris, tell us what to do. I'm on antidepressants.
Help me get off my
I'm on
anxiety medication. Maybe some inspirational word from you, Chris. And he's giving you some dystopian poetry, which is basically what he is.
But the dystopian poetry.
That's what it is.
He's so well read. I read him and go, Jesus Christ. He reads the classics, and he's kind of I guess he went to an Ivy League school. I guess he went to Harvard.
He's too brilliant. Because the people who need to hear him.
No, he speaks. You don't read him. Nobody reads
I
Chris
read
Hedges.
him. What are you talking about? He's the one who coined boutique liberal.
Did you read him this Monday?
It
comes out every Monday.
I don't read him like you do.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I didn't read him this Monday.
But anyway, I just wanted to get back to the anxiety epidemic in America. That the study found that people don't feel safe. They fear for their family. That is the deepest fear, And I feel, and I'm married, and we don't have kids, but we have 2 little dogs, and so they're like, and dogs, little rescue dogs, they're little, so to me, and I talk about this with my therapist, and I don't want to brag. I've already mentioned that I'm on IFC, True TV, Those Who Can't, and a psychiatrist and a therapist. So what do? You drink NyQuil, you people? During the day, you're in robes, right? You're in little bathrobes walking the streets of Massachusetts, wherever the fuck you are, right? What do they do, these people that listen to us?
What if you were fucking stuck in an office like Glengarry Glen Ross selling fucking steak knives or some shit? I mean, you have a good life, man. You have a good fucking life. You could be, although you entertain everybody in the office.
I feel scared, though, because, it talked about, because I don't feel like my family's safe, because I feel like the society, and this could be the antidepressant, but I feel like the society's collapsing. Do you? You're more upbeat. You're more positive than me.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I don't either. But I'm kind of mystified that I have some optimism, and I'm watching you going.
Is it your Jewish faith?
Is
it your faith?
It's a God thing, maybe. It's a God.
You're
thing.
You're one of these guys who, one of these people who, you were kind of struck with God.
Yeah.
Right? You told me about it. You were just in a bad place. And
I wasn't in a bad place. Something happened to me, but we could talk about that another time.
It was a dark thing.
Some dark thing.
Very dark. And I don't think it's Facebook Live material.
No.
You know, these people they're hanging by a thread out there.
It's definitely not primetime TV. Dude, I would imagine all your strength being taken away from you. Your ego, everything.
By the way,
that holds you up. But, you know, go ahead.
Is that what happened? No, I just had this flash that me and you, that somebody had found a way to like put their computer into the Times Square screen, and we're being broadcast over Times Square talking about this, and people are just walking.
Good for them. They should
listening
be
to us talk about
subjected to us. Fuck them.
Antidepressants.
Yes.
The anxiety in America.
And God, because you know.
God.
But you and you believe in God though as well.
I do. I mean I don't know. You know, I believe in something.
Right. You believe in something.
I believe in love. I believe in love, love. Come on, Steve. Love. So anyway, this I just finished the robe story, and I'll circle back, and we'll do a lot of circling. We have ads to get to. I have some phone calls.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. Go ahead. Robe story.
So I was in my trailer, and I have this long robe on, a judge's robe. And so then I'm coming out of the trailer, and these little trailers they put you in are fucking treacherous. Do you know these little fucking, some of these trailers? Like
I can't believe you're putting it on the fucking trailer.
Dude, it was totally that.
Really?
It was
a hovel, like a.
It was a little one. This was True TV, which is not a big network. And so,
although the posters make it look important.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
That's where all the money goes.
Yes. Yeah. And I guess to the stars, but I was a guest star. So the guest stars on True TV are really bad.
There are no stars on True TV.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple. So I'm in this little fucking trailer, and I'm coming down the steps, and I remembered that I forgot something, and I spun around, and the robe must have got caught under my feet, and I went tumbling.
It Tootsie rolled your ass.
I went tumbling backwards, and I landed on concrete. If I would have hit my head,
it would have been all over.
If I would have hit my head, because I hit hard, and I landed on this left elbow, which is still fucked up.
Really?
A little bit.
But my point of the robe, that I brought it up, is that I'm assuming the Gould motherfuckers and all his people heard about the robe incident.
No,
we can't have this guy in a fight.
You know, that
we can't have this guy wielding.
Now, if you guys IMDb me, I've been in a lot of stuff, and that was the first time I got hurt.
He's not bragging.
Yeah, I'm not bragging. I've been in a lot of fucking productions, you know, a lot. And I say that with only a bit of regret and bitterness. Because I've never been a regular. You know what I needed? I needed to be a series fucking regular on a network show. On a network show where I could have some money in the fucking bank. But instead...
Always a bridesmaid.
Always
Never
a bridesmaid.
bride.
Bridesmaid. Very overrated movie, by the way.
One time it was funny. That's the thing about comedies now. You can watch them once. That's the comedy standard. A very good comedy, you can watch it once and you never need to see it again. Hangover, Bridesmaids. They're just forget. You know what I was watching?
They're very forgettable.
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, which is
That
a
was
fucking
good.
masterpiece.
Yeah, I loved it.
And it's 30 years later, and it's
I loved
still
it.
fucking
The
hysterical.
best comedy is perhaps The In-Laws with Alan Arkin and Peter Falk. Just fucking genius. If anybody hasn't seen the original In-Laws with Alan Arkin and Peter Falk, the idiots try to remake it with Albert Brooks and somebody else.
Don't even. God.
But have you seen The In-Laws with Alan Arkin?
Yeah.
Absolutely the funny. I watch it once a year. Amazing.
Arkin, Alan Arkin is she's
What
a
funny-
Chicago guy.
Yeah,
And
he's
Peter
great.
Falk, but look at the personalities. Peter Falk and Alan Arkin.
Peter
They were
Falk
trying
was
to make
amazing.
Fucking
Peter
hysterical.
Falk was amazing.
What about Cassavetes? He was in a lot of Cassavetes movies.
Cassavetes was crazy. I loved Cassavetes. I loved how fucking out there
movies
Cassavetes.
were
All right,
fucking crazy.
I'm gonna read you. We have a new sponsor, and these sponsors have really been a godsend for our podcast because they just
They cover Eddie's anxiety medicine.
well, they're just good people. And this one, this is a sponsor, a new sponsor, and we welcome them aboard. FaceBags. FaceBags are ethically sourced leather bags with a story to tell. FaceBag designers turn materials that would otherwise end up in a landfill into gorgeous accessories. Every material FaceBags used has been something else in a previous life. This means reducing waste, carbon footprint, and the need for virgin materials and natural resources. And that's important to us, right, Steve? Is that your face bag? That's important to us here. I like to promote products that, are friendly to the environment. FaceBag strives to deliver the best quality upcycled luxury handbags and clutches direct to you from an animal face-scraping prison in Beijing. Everyone knows the face is where the personality is, and face bags are full of personality. When you look into the frozen, screaming maw on one of FaceBag's fashion accessories, they seem... Let me try that again. It's a great company. I'm going to try this one again. When you look into the frozen, screaming maw on one of FaceBag's fashion accessories, they seem to say, "You're next." Enjoy a FaceBag accessory of stitched-together faces from shrieking animals forming a quiltwork of terror so nightmarish you'd have to be a soulless monster to own one. I'm going to say that again because this bears repeating, and this is why FaceBag...
It's important.
This is why FaceBag is starting to make a dent in this industry. Enjoy a FaceBag accessory of stitched-together faces from shrieking animals forming a quiltwork of terror so nightmarish you'd have to be a soulless monster to own one. Now available at Nordstrom. So good for FaceBag.
Thank you, FaceBags. You give good face, Ma.
Yeah, I have. Now I'm a vegan, so it's a little hypocritical of me to own a face bag. But these things are great. I have a. It's a combination white poodle who was apparently caught in mid chasing a ball, and just it's had his throat slit, and a cockatoo.
God bless you, man.
Beautiful stuff. Thank you,
That is
FaceBags,
thank you. Yeah.
and welcome aboard. Welcome aboard.
So
So what are we talking about?
Atlanta.
Right. So it was a quick trip. I flew in Monday. I hadn't done a road trip in a while. It's funny doing the road, and I'm not sure any of you do the road out there, but it's funny doing the road. I used to do it a lot. I'm not doing it as much. And when I don't do it for a while, I get nervous. Like, I'm like, oh, shit, I'm leaving home. Like, there's this anxiety.
Jesus, with you and the anxiety.
No, you don't have anxiety, huh?
Not like that.
What do you have? What's your anxiety? Or you don't have it?
No, I have, when I'm kind of like Billy Bibbit in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
That's
Remember
not
Billy
good.
Bibbit?
I sure
Remember
do.
him?
Murph,
You
Murph,
go,
don't tell my mom.
Beautiful eyes.
Don't tell my mom,
I'm
Murph.
kind of like
Murph,
Billy
don't tell my
Bibbit
mom.
in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and then occasionally Nicholson will send in his hooker girlfriend to sleep with me, and I come out not stuttering, and that's about the worst of it. That's kind of about the worst of it.
Have
know what I
you
mean?
gotten laid?
Not since the accident.
That sounds like a line from a horror film. That sounds like a line from a horror film. Have you gotten laid?
You know, maybe we should
Not
do a
since the
segment,
accident.
women who would sleep with Steve since the accident.
Steve is looking handsome today. You got a haircut.
Thanks, Eddie. Wow. That's
Yeah,
a
no,
nice
it's
thing.
a good haircut. You know, guys have to, straight men have to,
Yeah, we have to keep it up.
well, now we also got some phone calls.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, as you can see, this is a free-flowing podcast with no center. There isn't a theme, except maybe anxiety and a struggle to live. I mean, we don't review movies, okay? We don't play the movie fucking game.
That monologue should be a disclaimer before our show. It come on with your voice and all of the...
We don't have a topic to talk about. You try doing a podcast with no center.
It's the best way to do it.
No, people are really very like structured.
What
about
if you
their
had to follow a minute-by-minute outline? Did you ever teach comedy traffic school? They made me
No,
teach comedy.
I never had to teach comedy traffic school.
He's bragging again.
I've had friends who've done that, and I always felt like, oh, you poor fuck.
Man, it's
Did
so-
you have to do it?
Yeah. When I
Tell
was
us
my-
about comedy
They
traffic.
wanted
By
you
the
to-
way, this let's hear about this. Comedy traffic school. I have a friend, Brian, who I don't know if he still does it, but he did it. Tell him what the fuck is comedy traffic school? It's certainly not show business. Anybody who thinks comedy traffic school is show business is fucking crazy. And there are people who think it is show business.
I got so much pussy teaching comedy traffic
you?
school, man. I had a threesome with 2 girls. You can't
Did
do
you?
that shit nowadays. They'll Me Too your ass.
Well, not if it's consensual.
It was consensual, but still, you never know.
It would be
fucking
funny if
figure
it wasn't
authority.
consensual.
It was an authority figure, you know. But hey, anyway, they gave you a minute-by-minute outline for 4 fucking hours. 4 fucking hours, minute-by-minute outline. And I
4
couldn't-
hours?
Yeah.
How much did you get paid for this shit?
A lot.
Oh, good.
Yeah, like
That's good.
$20 an hour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. This is back in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
Before I was even really legitimately a comedian. So it was a great fucking job. And yeah, you had to follow him. Anyway, so the guy who owned the traffic school came in and
The guy who owned the traffic
did.
school.
He came in.
That just sounds like, baby. I can just see this guy, baby. I'm telling you, sweetheart, I got a great idea. We're gonna own a traffic school. You know how many fucking nimrods there are out there who run red lights?
It's a great
And
business
just-
idea.
and we're gonna own a traffic school, baby. And we're gonna send the kids to the best schools.
They're gonna
People-
be gonna be curators. Our kids are gonna grow up to be curators.
Baby, I want these kids curating skulls from the Plasticine era. Baby, we're going to be living in Highland Park soon. Enough of this El Cerrito shit.
We're moving the family to Iraq to dig up the Exorcist. Man. Anyway, minute-by-minute outline. The owner of the traffic school came and monitored. He did like a monitoring, what is it called when you have someone, examine your work. She came in and watched my class, and I couldn't follow the minute-by-minute outline. I was all over the place, so I got fired. But it was a great job at 23 or whatever old I was. I don't even know how we got on the topic of that, but I did that job.
Yeah. And you got laid. Okay, good.
Yeah. Thank you, Eddie.
All right. Well, I want to go to some calls because we got a few calls this week. And remember, if you want to leave a comment or a question for the podcast, please do so at 424-262-0904. If you want to leave a comment or a question or, anything for the podcast, 424-262-0904. And our first one, we're going to listen to. I'm going to play it up to the mic here. Here we go.
Hi, Eddie and Steve. Eddie, I first wanted to tell you that on David Feldman's podcast yesterday, he and Joe DeVito were singing your praises. You should go and listen to it. Second of all, I have an etiquette question. I know it's sort of first world problems. I hate that. statement, but what would you do if someone was fronting you in a line, say a coffee line? Do you just treat people with loving kindness and just think, oh, well, they're in a rush, just let them go ahead? Or do you quietly sieve? Do you say something? Thanks for helping me, Eddie and Steve. Enjoy listening to you. Bye.
What a great voice.
Yeah, sweet voice, and she didn't leave a name, but thank you so much. And here, now, fronting, that means somebody is cut in front of you in a line. Now, for me, it depends on the size of the person.
And the gender.
And my mood. Like, if I'm in a pissy mood and someone cuts in front of me,
you'll assert yourself.
I think you should say something. Like, you should say, excuse me, but the line's back there. Really, because you don't want people taking advantage. You know, being on a line and having someone cut in front of you is bullshit. That is an unwritten rule. That's one of those fucking rules in society that you just don't fucking do. Now, in New York, if you do that kind of shit,
you get your ass kicked.
You could get your ass kicked if you don't immediately, like, someone will say something to you like,
I'm sorry.
your line is, and then you just go, okay.
Right.
But if you don't, you could get a punch in the face, you know?
She's a sweet girl. She's got a sweet voice. But
Right.
the fact that she could use a term like fronting.
I know, I love it.
I like that. If you're a girl who uses a term like fronting, you don't have to be demure. You can, it's different as a guy tapping somebody on the shoulder, hey, gently, velvet covered iron hand, get the fucking back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you got to assert yourself, man.
Is that what you wouldn't let anyone cut in front of you? Right? You're a rambunctious dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't. 75% of the time, I wouldn't. But if I saw the person was like more
a lunatic
or more unhinged than me, or in a really bad, like I'd like let them go. But if it's just someone trying to get ahead, if I can't tell there's something really bizarre going on, then I tap them on the shoulder.
Right. So I wouldn't let anyone cut in front of me either. I mean, it's just bullshit. It's like get the fuck out of here.
Shit, these are great questions. We can answer questions like this all day and help people. Shit, I can.
Let's go to another call. Here we go.
Hey guys, this is Dara calling.
Oh, yeah.
First, I wanted to say thank you both for doing this podcast. But second, I wanted to offer a helpful criticism, which is I think that you guys should be singing more of the podcast and talking less. I think it could really boost morale. Just a thought, consider it. Okay, bye-bye.
You
Dara.
sing a lot.
Now, that's funny that she says that. I love Dara. And that's funny that she says that because I do like to sing. I burst into song just before. Love. When you said, what do you believe? You believe in God, right? And I said, I believe in love. I am adjusting to my anti-depressants. And I tell you, I call my shrink and he's never there. Psychiatrists are like that. They put you on meds and then they disappear to Fiji. But yeah, I think singing is a helpful thing. Do you like to sing? I mean, when you're alone. I know you're not a singer.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Do you get self-conscious when you sing? Like, if we had a sing-off right now.
Yeah.
And what we would do is I would just say, like, okay, let's sing about Doug Stanhope, who's a great comedian, right?
He's got the best Jew jokes.
Does he?
Yeah.
Give me one of Stanhope's
I don't
Jew
remember,
jokes.
but I just know he talks shit about Jews, and it's funny.
He talks shit about everything, and it's great.
But especially as a Jewish person.
Oh, and also thank you for pointing out the previous phone caller that David Feldman and Joe DeRosa was singing my praises. I forgot to address that. I love Feldman and DeRosa. DeRosa's on Better Call Saul. He's a regular on Better Call Saul.
Really? Which one is he?
He plays a doctor, like a vet who does
That's
illegal
him?
shit. Yeah, that's him. It doesn't look like him, right?
No, it doesn't look like a guy named DeRosa.
Joe DeRosa.
He looks like a guy named like
Do you know? You
Clive
don't
or
know Joe
something.
DeRosa?
No, I don't know.
I know more. I know the good comedian.
Fuck you.
And Steve is like, you know.
You don't even watch Saul. You swore. You
No,
told
I do.
Me you do.
I've watched it. I love Michael McKean too.
I think it's funnier than Breaking Bad, man.
I love Michael McKean. He was in some puddings. Did you ever look up pudding? I told
No,
you.
but he was telling me about it. Pudding. Yeah.
You never
Was
looked
that-
them up?
I
Do you have a
wa-
computer?
I watched a few of them. I know what it is. Where you do some really crazy monologues while you're eating pudding.
Yeah. I don't eat it. Matt eats the pudding. But it was crazy, and it should have become some kind of series. But I guess the subject matter was so fucking insane.
We had a conversation
Matt
about
is
that on the
just-
way
the
here.
The subject matter was just... But it was uncompromising, which was hilarious.
It was funny.
It was really funny. It was a little off the wall, and it was very off the wall, and it was so un-PC.
But it was you at the center of that.
Yeah, Matt Oswalt wrote these crazy fucking bits for me.
Now, did you get to come up with that stuff, or was that written for you, or how did
He
you...
wrote it. He wrote it all. That was really funny shit.
It sounded like some shit you would say. That's why I'm asking that.
Yeah.
Because it sounded like some bizarre, spontaneous stuff you'd...
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I got to figure out another web series to do.
Well, we're going to do a web. You and I think we're going to...
We were going to talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to do that. I think
Are
that's
we?
going to happen. Yeah, we're going to have a meeting this week about it, remember?
Oh, I love meetings.
Yeah.
By the way,
They love
that's
you.
what we do in Hollywood, by the way, folks.
Not to brag, he's bragging again.
If you haven't been to Hollywood, what you do is you have meetings. Nothing ever gets done, but you have meetings. It's great. You just like, well, what do you think if we do this and this? And you're like, okay, well, let's wrap around. Let's wrap around and circle back.
Sometimes somebody buys you lunch.
That's true. I think this is a good time for one of our new sponsors. So there's a couple phone calls. We got a couple more phone calls. Now this is actually this sponsor has been here before, and it's a correction. This is the Zippy Ice correction. They're a tremendous company. They really are. Have you ever ordered from Zippy Ice? You get ice.
I have stock.
Okay, yeah. Well, we are on the ground floor. Okay. Zippy Ice correction. Okay, there has been a little confusion about Zippy Ice since the previous Pep Talks podcast. Zippy Ice manufactures delicious ice and delivers that ice within a timely 1-week schedule to most locations within the United States. Now, did you hear that? Most locations. Okay, that's very important. So if you don't, get Zippy Ice, that's because you're not in a most location, okay? And that's your problem. Zippy Ice is not, however, part of Homeland Security's Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. Furthermore, although Zippy's child laborers do live in cages, Zippy Ice did not pull them away from screaming immigrant parents. Zippy only kidnaps children from hardworking all-American families. That's why I use them. Because they're not taking advantage of, the weak and powerless. They're taking advantage of people who are already here. Also, Zippy Ice drivers do enjoy a good beating, as most of them were born into Tibetan slave pits where only the strongest survived, and at the slightest sign of weakness would have their faces pulled off. Again, faces. I don't know if you see the theme. Faces pulled off to make beautiful handbags. Being beaten brings a certain sense of normality to their lives. It did for me when I was beaten as a kid.
All the pretense was beaten out of you.
When my father, took the belt to me, it made me go,
That's
okay.
That's why you have that Bukowski, that whole Bukowski thing going on.
Oh, daddy. Also, please do not make eye contact or attempt to humanize our drivers by giving them names or showing affection, as this may lead to unpredictable results. Enjoy Zippy Ice, frighteningly fresh home delivery ice, but don't call them by name or make eye contact because you humanize them. And Zippy Ice drivers, that's what makes them so great, is that they're dehumanized and they just really do their job well. And that's how capitalism in the end days functions, dehumanization.
Yeah, we have great sponsors, man.
We have absolutely the best spot.
Amazing,
Matt
you know.
Rasamoto,
Yeah.
really.
Who would have thought companies
really
like
does
this?
a great job with our ads, and it's tremendous. You're going to read the last one
I
when
can't
we get
wait.
to it.
I'm just thrilled.
I'll have it up there for you. Yeah. So, you know, oh, you had a story. Now, Steve has a story. Involves a celebrity, and I'm dying to hear this.
Well, I have one famous person who follows my comedy. You have many. You have many famous. Eddie has many famous people who follow him and admire him. But I have one, and he's very famous. And let's just call him Martin Scorsese because he's on the same. Right? Wouldn't you say
yes,
he's kind of
very
on
big.
that same?
He's very big.
Plan. So imagine I'm with Martin Scorsese, and we're out, and he sees a TV director. You know, we're out and we're hanging out, and he sees a TV director. And he runs up to the guy, and he's just telling him all the stuff he's doing, and he wants to impress him. And
This celebrity wants to impress another
Yeah, he wants
guy?
to impress another guy who's not of much consequence, more important than me, but not. You wouldn't expect Martin Scorsese to want to impress the guy who directed an episode of 30 Rock.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
But yet he's doing this, and I'm kind of involved. You know, I'm talking with them, and we're kind of joking around, and I realize, kind of in the moment, I'm throwing a monkey wrench into Scorsese's, into his resume here. I'm messing, like, my presence is meddling with his impressing.
Why?
Because
You're a human being. Why can't you be there?
Yeah, it was bizarre. It was bizarre. And I realized that this is what I kind of was illuminating to me. No matter how successful you get, you still have these adolescent, childish insecurities where you want to tell people what you're doing, and you know, people who you shouldn't be needing to impress. And that was a fascinating thing because I don't know anybody more. Well, this is a respected, but he's not famous like a Kardashian. He's famous like a, you know.
He's got the type of fame that you want. Like,
Exactly. And he still wants to let everybody know, you know, and I just was kind of fascinating to me, and I think I pissed him off just by being there. Threw a monkey wrench. Well, I was joking with them. I was comfortable, and I was joking around. And
did he shoot you a look or something?
Kinda, yeah. He kind of, I think.
Like, why are you talking?
Maybe I
with
said
this
the
fella?
wrong thing, yeah, or, you know. But I'm not worried about it. It just, I'm not.
Have you heard from him since?
Yeah, well.
You ever hear from that guy? Remember our first podcast who you had like a text fight with? It was about Trump, I believe, or
was
politics, and you said,
What? What did I
haven't
say?
heard from him.
My gosh, no, I haven't heard from him. I lost a friend, but you've lost many friends.
Yes.
This is one of the reasons
I
you're my
lose a
friend,
lot
'cause
of friends.
you can give me perspective on this. No, I haven't heard from him. I haven't heard from him. He's
I forget what he said, but I thought good.
yeah, but
It was
that's
a really
you
weird-
thought that because that's not your friend, you know. But if you,
No, I was just reacting to what he said.
but I appreciate. I needed that you
Mm-hmm.
felt that way. No, I never heard from that guy, and I tried calling him a few times.
I wonder if you'll ever hear from this famous person again.
Yeah, probably. He'll probably just get over it. But, you know, and you're in your fucking 60s or 70s, and you're like, I mean, just weird.
That is
man.
weird. That is weird. That is weird that he would be. It sounds like what you're describing is that he was needy around this guy. Or, you know, I was reading something about older men, older white males in America are actually the prime candidates for suicide, a la Anthony Bourdain. But and this doesn't fit Bourdain's profile, but it's about that they feel irrelevant. They feel irrelevant as they get older, and I know that one. You know, I'm older now, and you know, younger comics, and you're like, fuck.
You feel that way, really?
Well, a little bit.
But the younger
Yeah.
comics are not that relevant. They're not that relevant.
Well, they are more industry-wise. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they're cuter
You know,
and
yeah.
packagey, yeah. But
yeah.
they're not. It's
You know.
plastic relevance. It's not. You know. Yeah, but I guess
Anyway,
what you're saying.
but
so even
but
this guy,
as you get older, you feel marginalized, which is, you know, this article about suicides in America. Let me sing it to make it a little more upbeat. Suicides in America. It's people in their 60s, men usually, who feel marginalized. Marginalized. You see the Broadway musical. It's just called Male Suicide of Men in Their 60s. By Tommy Tune. Tommy Tune does the choreography.
A guide to suicide.
I'm 60 and I'm past my prime. I'm 60 and I'm marginalized. I'm on the fringe of society.
It's Eddie's Guide to Suicide.
What's this rope? Or that's another song. What's this rope? What's this rope?
I've lost all hope.
I've lost all hope. What's this rope? Should I shoot dope? Should I use the rope?
That's great, man.
Yeah. So anyway.
Well, Dara should be
So
happy we were singing.
Right, we were singing. But yeah, so Mamet may be feeling that, but I mean, he may be feeling that,
Yeah.
Well, we could edit that.
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
We could edit that out.
Fortunately, nobody that I know is listening to this. You fucking idiot. Or knowing Matt Rasamoto,
No, but
he'll
people
feature that clip on the...
People feel marginalized as they get older.
But you're Scorsese. You're fucking... You're
me?
Steven
You
Spielberg.
have a high opinion of me, which is why I have you here. Oh, God.
No, hey, my neighbor in Culver City,
Yeah.
is a early 30s female, and she found out that I'm on the podcast with you, and she said, he's my favorite comedian. And her boyfriend, who lives with her, said, my girlfriend has a crush on Eddie Pepitone.
Really?
So, yeah, you don't know. What about when we were at the Garland show that you
Right.
took me to?
Yeah, yeah.
And the two girls were at the Norms afterward. They were like 20, 21, and they were giggling, and he was the guy who was, he's cute.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sitting there
Well,
with
young people do like me, which the industry doesn't believe. I'm serious.
gives a fuck.
Well, just because get booked.
They don't know much about anything. I mean, they're really, you gotta take it in.
They don't know. They don't know shit.
They don't know anything about anything.
But I do want to say that I am going to Amsterdam. I'm in part of a comedy festival in Amsterdam that is in the week August 6th through 11. I'm going to be in Amsterdam doing a club called Tumblers. And they speak really good English in Amsterdam, and I've done it once before, and it's a really cool gig. So if you are in Amsterdam, if you're holidaying, or if you're listening from Amsterdam, I will be in your city at Tumblers. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Have you ever been to Amsterdam?
Never.
Yeah, everybody talks about the weed, but I don't smoke weed, I hear you could get some amazing antidepressants there.
Well, I hope you can. Maybe you get the pure antidepressants, the not so corporate antidepressants.
That's another Broadway musical. Not so corporate
Antidepressants.
antidepressants. Not so corporate. They're not made by Pfizer. They're not made by Merck. They're made by a guy named Al. Al makes the best antidepressants.
Let's just call it a street drug.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love this antidepressant.
That's not how they. What are you fucking?
No, I'm being the guy.
Stallone,
I'm being
you
the
Rocky
guy.
Balboa.
I'm being the guy who makes the antidepressant. Look, you're gonna love these antidepressants. Now, is it
Like a
similar?
cross between
is
a
it, what I
Slavic and a
need?
German.
What I need is something to take the edge off. Anxiety wise. Oh yeah, believe me, you ain't gonna give a shit about anything. No. I want a long-term thing. Oh yeah, this is long-term. About 16 hours, you're gonna be flying like a motherfucker. No. I want like something like Zoloft. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Zoloft, Paxil, whatever the fuck you want. This shit just, what you do is you gently insert it into your ass while singing the Battle Hymn of the Republic. And then get yourself immediately to Edwin Albee's Three Tall Women.
Homemade antidepressants
because
from Europe suppositories.
These These antidepressants work best during an Albee play.
Yeah, he knows Albee.
All right, I want you to read now our last sponsor. This is a new one. Go ahead, Steve. This is our last sponsor this week. Thanks, everybody, for bearing with us this week.
Oh, Adore Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
Your favorite. Adore Cafe, Eddie Pepitone's favorite family-owned cafe located in the Burbank foothills. Adore is focused on tranquility, calmness, anti-anxiety, and man's return to nature. Serving only Heartfuck brand coffee.
Heartfuck coffee. Have you had it?
I haven't. The only coffee with 4 times more taurine than Red Bull and 6 times more flocka than a Floridian candy rave.
Floridian candy raves, by the way, really nice.
At Adore, they do things a little different. With sustainability at the forefront, there are no cups served at Adore. And our dining space is romantically lit by only a single gently swaying candlelight. Gallons of delicious Heartfuck coffee is lovingly poured into a scaldingly hot trough made from a seasonal collection of tree bark and raccoon pelts. Each month in the center of the trough, Adore places a fresh, naked, and local celebrity who splashes boilingly hot coffee on your open mouth while he or she screams improvised Russian poetry. Who was the local celebrity this week, Eddie, at Adore Coffee?
I believe it was Jeannie Macaro, a real estate agent from Burbank's real estate firm 123.
Thank you, Jeannie. Adore realizes it doesn't have to go out of its way to provide you with this level of coffee dining experience. But in your heart of hearts, you know you deserved all of this.
Adore Cafe. And it's located right here in Burbank, folks. And we have a couple more calls, so let's try to get to them. Here we go.
Eddie, listen, today was kind of a long day up here in the tri-state area. First off, my prescription wasn't filled at the CVS, so still got that big problem in my throat that ain't solved. I should probably quit the smoking, though, the cigarettes, you know. Got a job interview tomorrow. Got to put on a tie. My pants are pretty baggy, though. All right, Eddie. See ya. Love you. Bye.
No name, but that was a beautiful message.
Yeah.
You know, who can't relate to having something in your throat? They didn't fill your prescription at CVS,
And your pants are too baggy. That's a
and
major
and you have a
thing.
job interview and you have baggy pants. I mean,
You need some tight pants.
if
these
that
days.
doesn't describe the state of things in America,
That poor guy. Wear your baggy pants, brother.
I have a lot
Wear
of
your
baggy
your
pants.
baggy fucking pants. No man should be forced to wear tight pants at any time in his
No,
life.
baggy. Yeah, you have to wear your baggy
Be
pants.
comfortable.
Be comfortable. And dress for the job. Dress for the job you want, not for the job you had
I'm gonna
last
pass
year.
out. I'm gonna fucking pass out.
Oh my God! Really? Did you laugh hard there?
So great. That was too great.
We have
That's-
one
that's-
more. We have one more call this week, and here it is.
Hi, Eddie. This is Steven. I think I heard you say, or somebody say, at a show that I attended years ago in the East Village, that the reason you are the way that you are is because you did not get enough mother love. Can you please tell me, A, is that true, and B, can you expand on that? Could you expand on that?
You know, you're smiling and laughing at this like you.
Well,
know,
the
you
guy,
told these guys.
you know,
do you know these guys?
Well, this guy obviously knows me, and I didn't get enough mother love, and that could be the root of my anxiety, because I've read incredible studies, they've been done here at UCLA, UC Berkeley, Northwestern in Chicago, Illinois. I don't know if it's in Chicago.
Yeah, it is. It's in the city.
Yeah, Fashion Institute of Technology, they all say you need a lot of mother love. And if you get, my mom was bipolar,
Right.
and so I didn't get,
The nurturing.
and this gentleman wanted me to expand on that. And if I may expand on it, it was just that I never, was nurtured properly, so I never felt safe or, in that embryonic fluid that they talk about a lot on Jeopardy.
Fuck.
No, but I'm being serious.
But
did you have a good mom?
Yeah, but overly overbearing.
Oh, that's a whole
Overbearing.
nother thing.
Yeah,
I had
that's
that
another-
from my dad.
Okay.
So I had nothing from my mom and overbearing from my
But
dad.
you-
How am I even alive, folks?
But you have
How am I alive?
No, but
I'll tell you how I'm alive. Shitty antidepressants.
the laugh is to take that not seriously, ladies and gentlemen. You're a sweet guy. Like the guys who didn't get mother love, they're hard,
Oh, really?
cold, sociopathic kind of guys. So you got something
Right.
somewhere. Did
Right.
you have a nanny or a
No,
granny?
I did. My grandmother. Don't call them nannies. I hate that kind of thing. Like Nuna, Nana.
I don't know what the Meemaw.
I called her grandma. Italian. She was great. Yeah.
Okay, so you got love there.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that
Yes,
could
and
be
also
it.
at the pool hall. I got love from Vic. Thank you, Vic, for all that love.
all that
you
cue
gave
stick
me.
love.
God, it was tough love, but it was love nonetheless. That's basically our podcast, folks. That's about an hour.
it.
If
We
you
went-
want to leave a message for us, 424-262-0904 is our number. I'm going to be in Amsterdam, August 6th through 12. I'm going to be in Austin at the Altercation Comedy Festival, September 27th. I'm going to be at the Comedy Store tonight if you're watching on Facebook Live in the main room. My spot is 10:15, but I think they seat at 9:30. I'm going to be at the Improv. Here's something I did want to promote. I am going to be headlining Flappers this Friday.
Flappers on Fridays.
June 22nd, 8 and 10 p.m. This is a funny thing
Because Rasamoto knows you as Flappers on
he
Fridays.
says, aren't you always doing Flappers? But I'm going to be doing Flappers 8 and 10 this Friday in Burbank. And a lot of our sponsors are from Burbank. I'll be wearing a face bag.
Oh, that's so
But 8
cool.
and 10, please, Flappers, go to their website, the Burbank Flappers. I'm going to be headlining at 8:10. I'm going to be at the Improv Saturday. So I'm doing the Comedy Store, Improv, Flappers this week.
He's busy. I'm going to be at the Ice House.
Tell us
June
when.
29th, 10 p.m. Ice House in Pasadena.
Now, that isn't
Main room.
that isn't
not the secondary.
immigration customs enforcement.
It's not. Although
It doesn't have anything to do with Zippy Ice either.
Pasadena is very Ivy League diverse. That means they have Asians, they have Indians, they have Mexicans, no black people.
Yeah,
In Pasadena.
Yeah. That's where fucking L. Ron Hubbard and his boys were.
Really?
I believe so. So. They had it doesn't matter.
You got a
can
lot of
just
facts,
say anything.
Eddie. You can't. You could just, and you know what? People would believe that even if it's not true.
But anyway, everybody, thank you for listening to Pep Talks. We're part of the ATC Comedy Network. You can see ATC right behind us. It's a pretty professional operation here. And anything you want to say?
Oh.
I just want to ask you,
Yeah.
did you see anything funny on the street this week? And let me just do the theme song. Did you see anything funny on the street this week? Doot, doot.
On the bus, I saw some funny shit, but no. Nothing
Wait
on
a
the
minute. You
street.
just said, oh, I see. That's
No,
right.
Nothing on the street.
That's
I don't.
right.
I don't hang on the street like you do, so I don't usually see. You
Right.
know, like in the alleys in North Hollywood.
Right. But I did not see anything funny on the street this week. So until next week, folks, it's me at Pepitone and Steve Lally from ATC Studios. Thank you to Emma, our producer, and we'll talk to you next week. What you calling this one?